Hello, my name is Todd Hicks. Along with Joe Rimmelsbach, I'm the other half of the turfgrass pathology team. Welcome to this week's turf updates. On today's turf updates, we'll talk about disease and maybe some use of some tools we all should have in our kits as we go out to look at our turf. On the disease front, the two new things we're looked at this week are brown patch and summer patch. Brown patch hasn't been a real worry for most of us. If we have seen this, it's been a minor problem in small patches here and there, and it usually goes away when our turf dries off or we mow it off. The saving grace on brown patch for us this week, although we've had the correct temperatures for the disease, we haven't had the big rain event. The indicator should be that we have seen some mycelium, and we are seeing hints of this about 2 weeks earlier than normal. Be on the lookout, watch the weather. If we're going to get a big rain event, make sure you have some coverage out there to protect yourself against brown patch if that's a concern. On the other front, summer patch. We're monitoring that in off-site research areas both in central Ohio and northern Ohio. Those areas we've been given the opportunity to use are areas that historically on green site have this problem. They've been left untreated for us to use and try out some new chemistries, some new managerial concepts from some of the companies out there. What we're seeing on those sites is the disease just starting to take hold on the fringes of our research area. That means for those of you managing turf grass, watch your coverage. If we're just starting to see it on untreated areas, you may be seeing it on areas that you either chose not to treat or that you have some gaps in your treatment. The heat has just started, the grind just started for this summer. Summer patch is just starting to take hold. It's going to become more difficult as the heat increases and the summer continues. So take a look at your fungicide plan, make sure you've got some good coverage. As always, dollar spot continues to be a bane this week. The temperatures have risen, but we've had just enough humidity to give us that good leaf noises in the morning. As you can see from the areas surrounding me, it's increased further from what we had last week. Again, if you're still fighting that disease, get out a good contact, get out a good systemic in combination to stop what you're seeing and give you some protection. Before we end our turf tips today, I'd like to talk about one thing I'm seeing that all of our turf managers need to have with them. Something as simple as a pocket knife or a turf probe. The reason I bring up these two tools is you as managers do a wonderful job of taking a look at the turf that you manage above ground, looking for signs of diseases, problems with wilt, things of that nature. But a few of us are forgetting that there's another side or another portion of that plant we should be looking at. What's happening below the surface? By taking a sample with a pocket knife or with a turf probe, we get to see if our soils are in a healthy shape. We get an idea about our watering, whether we're doing adequate job or not enough. More importantly, we get to take a look at our roots. Are they the right color? Are they healthy? What is their length? This is going to give us indicators of our overall turf health. By looking above ground, below ground, we're going to get a good idea of what shape our turf's in and what our expectations are for the week or what we need to change so we don't get in trouble for the rest of the summer. Good luck. See you next week.